Wild, a 2014 movie starring Reese Witherspoon, tells the story of Cheryl Strayed on her 1,000-mile trek of the Pacific Crest Trail, or PCT for short. This movie, among others, has shown a large influx of inexperienced and unknowledgeable hikers along the Pacific Crest Trail and other trails as well. This influx of hikers is being called the Wild Effect. Now, the Wild Effect has been seen many times, but this is the first time in history that it has been given a name. It was seen in 2007 after the release of Into the Wild, telling the story of Christopher McCandless on his journey in Alaska. And it was most recently shown in 2011 after the publish of Wild, Cheryl Strayed's story in a book form. And it is sure to be seen this year in 2014 after the December release of Wild and this recent release of A Walk in the Woods, telling the story of a hike along the Appalachian Trail. My claim is that the Wild Effect is not necessarily a good thing. It is increasing the number of people hiking on trails, but the people hiking on trails now that would not have been hiking on trails before are inexperienced and unprepared for what the trail has to offer. There are many examples of this, one of them being the example of Chris Kelso Curtis, Kelso being his trail name, who after hiking 20 miles on his first day of the southbound trail along the PCT was hospitalized after being diagnosed with hyponatremia, a disease caused a disease named water sickness, which is caused by taking in too much water without the sodium intake to match. There are many other examples of this, even of that specific disease, several causes, in fact, just in that season. Second, there is no debate that this has taken place, as shown in the statistics given out by the Pacific Crest Trail Association. Between the number of permits given out from 2013 and 2014, they went from 1,879 to 2,655. That's a 41% increase between 2013 and 2014, just in the number of long-distance permits given out. Perhaps more interesting, though, is the number of people that actually completed the Pacific Crest Trail between 2011 and 2012 after the book's published. There was an increase of 375% of people. Lastly, the testimony of experienced hikers proves this point. Carl Seischer, a published author, a PCT Association volunteer, and a veteran hiker, simply stated, people setting off on this kind of adventure don't know what they're getting into in terms of people after the Wild Effect. This simple quote, along with the statistics and real-life examples from hikers, helps to prove my claim that the Wild Effect created by the wake of popular culture on hiking is not necessarily a good thing for the Pacific Crest Trail. Thank you.